This 26 Sports and CCTV high school hockey presentation is presented by Cadillac Casting Incorporated.
And welcome back to the Wex here. Game between the Cadillac Vikings and the Mattawan Wildcats. We have our 20-year tribute celebration for Cadillac Viking hockey. Bill Dooley along with Eric Sharp. And Eric, we got some sponsors here we got to take care of.
Yeah, I want to recognize the sponsors for the game. We've got Napa, Pizza Plus, Cadillac Tire, and Cadillac Castings. A big thank you to all of our sponsors to help us bring this sports presentation. All of our sports broadcasts are produced in cooperation with the Wexford Misaki Career Technical Center. Man, I need to learn how to talk, Bill. CCTV and My News 26. Students run cameras, graphics, and instant replay. Supervised by a very professional director.
Well, we think he is.
I mean, I guess if you get paid, you're professional, aren't you?
That's right. And Wyatt's one of the best ones I've ever seen.
He's handsome, too. Really handsome.
All right. We want to get a shout-out also to our crew here tonight. And, Eric, do you have that one right there?
There
you
want to
give them a shout-out right there?
Okay. I got Wyatt. Wyatt's our director. Wyatt Van Dyne and camera. Heather Stilson, Gabrielle Long, Renee Convica. Yes. I said it right. And Bailey Hoover.
All right. We are back to action here as now the Vikings will be defending the south end. They fire it out to center ice. Puck is played into the zone. First one after is Justin Smith. They are in a power play. The Vikings for a minute 30. Nice takeaway there by Stamos. Nico Stamos breaking through with a shot. Oh, and he hit the crossbar. That was a great short-handed effort there by Stamos. Puck is played behind the net. Wow.
Power play chance right there for Mattawan, and he came in and rang it right off the crossbar.
Whoa.
I mean, you can't hit it much more solid than that.
Vikings Derek Tonello putting some pressure on. Back to Stamos as he just had that golden opportunity. Now over the line. Wiggins will go down, and the Vikings will clear. I was looking at some of the names here, Eric, over the years, the goaltenders that Cadillac has had. I mean, that is like an incredible group of players when you're talking about Tommy Mueller, Sean Bigger, Mike Boyke. I mean,
Tommy was a great goaltender who didn't have the benefit of a team in front of him. I mean, I don't want to be mean.
No.
But he gave up a bunch of goals because he was facing 70 shots a night. I remember watching them play Alpena and Mona Shores, and it was obvious that we had just moved indoors.
Yeah.
But Mike Boyke, probably I would say the best goaltender in Cadillac history, and was just probably could have gone on and played somewhere, but chose not to, and chose to continue his education. And I believe he works for the USDA now. Yeah,
down in Carroll, Michigan. There's a shot just wide of the short side. Hayden Watkins chips it up the boards. It will not get out. Keeping it in. Passing over to Stamos. Stamos, that one has hit the pad of Carpenter. Back to the blue line. Hayden Watkins now. Behind the net for Justin Smith.
Cadillac back to full strength.
That hit the netting. Eric, you had the, I guess, luxury, the pleasure with your dad coaching. You had Evan playing. Just kind of tell us a little bit about the family, with the Sharps involved in hockey.
Well, when we first started, I started playing when I was 8 years old. Skated on the backyard rink with my cousin Ben, and finally started playing here. And my dad didn't coach. Nobody knew who my dad was, and so they kind of didn't want him to coach. And then he came out, skated a few times, and said, "Oh, that guy should coach." But he coached me from my second year of Squirts all the way through high school.
Wow. And Les has just been one of the, I call him the godfathers of Cadillac hockey, whether it's Caja, whether
he likes to think that. No, I was really fortunate because, he didn't play favorites with us. He was always coaching the forwards, and we were defensemen, Evan and I, so we never really had to deal with him. But, he got on us a little bit, but it was to be expected.
Did your dad play in a Cadillac league back in the day, an outdoor league?
Yeah, he moved up here from Dearborn and played travel hockey down there. And when they moved up, he was in about 8th grade, I think, and they played in Cadillac for a year, and then they ended up going and playing in Big Rapids because it was indoors.
Okay.
So he played outdoors here when after he graduated, played men's league, but his dad actually coached him. So it's kind of a family thing, I guess.
Okay. And your mom's name is Diana?
Yep.
Okay. So shout out to her for, all the support over the years and the strength of her just being there for you guys. And
yeah, I mean, she had 2 boys and another boy and her husband. So, I mean, really, it's she's a saint.
Yeah.
And so a big thank you to my mom for putting up with us.
Yeah.
Because we are we're tough to deal with.
I would never think that. Fun.
Well,
yes.
We're fun, not tough, but
Yeah.
I'm saying we're a handful. There you go.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Eric, we've got Ben Balcom.
My cousin Ben.
Your cousin Ben. So we're gonna get the headset on him here, and we'll have you back in just a moment.
Bye-bye.
All right. Big hit there at the blue line, and Jack Schmidtdale, number 11, will trace it down behind the net. And Ben Balcom, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, good. How you doing, Bill?
Great. Good to have you here. And we've been able to talk to a few of the former players. Kevin Gerard. We've got Kirk Foster already. Eric Sharp is here, and there's a couple more in the lobby area that we'll get up here too. So, Ben, you played on the inaugural team.
I did.
1998.
Yeah.
You got some good memories from back there, right?
Oh yeah, we had a ball. We we were horrible, in the win and loss column. But
right.
we didn't know what we were in for. I remember our first game. We were playing up in the Sioux and
powerhouse team.
Powerhouse team every year. We scored the first goal of the game, and we're going, hey, I think we can play with these guys. And 10-1 later, it was a long bus ride home. But it was a great experience to get into it at the high school level.
Do you remember who scored the very first goal?
Josh Hessling. I'll never forget it.
Oh my word!
We called him Booger.
And he's in Europe right now, from what I heard.
That's what I heard. I heard. Yeah, working over in China, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was a great experience. So Scott's a great coach, and it's cool to come back and after 20 years see he's still coaching these kids. I'm at the rink all the time, and the guy is into the program all the way. You see it all the way through, all the way down to the little guys.
Yep. And Ben, tell us a little bit. The other night during the Traverse City West game, you guys had what going on in between periods?
We had the mini mites out here, my son's team, and
coming over the lines is Wiggins with the shot wide of the net. Go ahead.
They were out here doing a little pre-game thing with the Vikings, hanging out on the bench. The boys were great to the mini mites. They gave them high fives and give them some free pucks. The boys just ate it up. So it was a good thing for everybody. Ben,
tell us a little bit about your family right now.
My family, I have my 6-year-old is Rex. He plays hockey here. He plays football, baseball. And then my daughter's 13, Stella. She's in 7th grade. She's playing softball. She's playing basketball. Swims as well. So, that's pretty much everything we do in my family. My wife, Sheena, and I take the kids all over the state and watch them play sports, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. It's the best.
There's a shot off the post by Alan Shear.
Shot.
Vikings were within a whisper of taking a 2-1 lead. And Ben, just real quick, your wife's name again. I didn't get.
Sheena.
Sheena.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
You got an interference call here. I'm not sure if it was against Cadillac or Mattawan. It looks like it's going to be Hayden Watkins, number 5, heading in the box. So that'll put the Wildcats on the power play. And you remember the first victory ever of that first season?
We were just talking about out in the lobby, and I guess Dan Hodson had the game winner here at home, and I don't remember it somehow.
Okay.
It's pretty sad. You just remember your first big loss, but there wasn't a lot of them to remember that year, but it was a lot of fun still.
Hey, did you get a chance to look at the old roster from 98-99? I got it copied up here. Just didn't know. There's a shot that deflects into the corner, and Ian Lilly has lost his stick, so the Vikings going to have a little extra challenge here in fighting this one off. There's a fake into the corner to the Wiggins. Ian Lilly, beautiful job there to knock it down and kick it out.
One glove and no stick. Not bad, huh?
There's where that soccer comes in. Most of these kids do play soccer.
Most of them do, yeah, I know.
And when you watch like the Red Wings and other professional teams before games, a lot of times they're kicking around a
Warming up
soccer
with the
ball
soccer
or
ball,
hacky
absolutely.
sack.
Yep, absolutely.
Puck is played
Good
back
to be
to
a
the
well-rounded
point.
athlete.
Here's a one-time shot that deflects in the corner off Carpenter. Now back to the point to Kolinski. Kolinski, pass over to Stamas. He tried to get that one through on a screen, and it'll be cleared out of the zone by Alex Leotard. So the Vikings are doing a good job here, Ben, in killing off this power play. They got a minute to go. Back into the zone is Puzivic. They'll play it back to Kolinski. Kolinski's got some space here. He fakes it, goes over to Stamas in the corner. That pass didn't connect, and so Carpenter puts it up the boards. Stamas back to Kolinski. Kolinski on the right side to Wiggins. Back to Kolinski at the top. Vikings do a good job keeping perimeter going, and then finally knocked out by Alex Leotard.
Yeah.
Quick pass over on the right side. We got an offside here. So looking back, what is like some of your best memories of the you played, you were a sophomore when you started?
I started as a sophomore, played sophomore, junior, and senior year.
Okay.
A lot of them were spent in the penalty box, to be honest with you, Bill, but I had a ton of fun. I didn't put up a lot of goals or anything, but I had a lot of fun playing defense. Always loved the rivalries with Traverse City, and Alpena was always tough, just playing those guys. And you still run into them sometimes. Now I run into them coaching my boys' team, and
my word.
Ran into one of my old rivals from Gaylord. I couldn't believe it. He had a 6-year-old out there, too. I'm like, we're gonna start this thing all over again, so it was pretty cool. But as a player, just getting to play for Scott, learned so much from the guy. The guy really knows the game, and it's great to be able to have that knowledge passed along to these kids I get to coach now. So
Vikings cleared down the boards. And Ben, I remember somebody telling me one of the games, I think it was at the end of the game, you had basically taken on the whole, whatever the team was, they were saying, don't go on the ice, and they turned their head for a second, and sure enough, you were out there.
I do remember.
You remember that?
That was my last game, Sault Ste. Marie.
Okay.
Yeah, we were losing pretty bad in the district game, and I kind of lost my temper. And
not saying that that's
decided
a good
to
thing.
go out with a bang, if you will.
Well,
what the heck.
When you look back at it now, you can kind of chuckle about it.
It's good for a laugh, anyway.
All right. Well, we got a pretty decent crowd here on a Friday night, and we've got a few more players too that we want to talk to out in the lobby area there. So Vikings trying to get that puck out of the zone and generate a little offense here against Mattawan. This is a team they do not get to face very often down near the Kalamazoo area.
I'm not familiar with ever playing Mattawan. No,
I was going to say there's a couple teams this year, Riverview and Livonia Franklin they've played, so they're starting to play some pretty good downstate teams. Jack Schmidtdale. Schmidtdale will put in the zone. We got an icing call by the referee with 8 minutes to go. The Vikings and the Wildcats are tied here at 1. We have Ben Balcom in the booth right now. Ben was part of the inaugural team of 1998-99. He played for 3 years under Coach Graham. We also had Tom Mueller in the pregame show, him and Scott. We had a nice interview with those guys, so that'll be kind of fun for you to get to watch that. I think there was 20 minutes of reminiscing.
Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. It was good to see Coach Mueller again, too. I haven't seen him in a little while.
Yep, nope, that was really nice to get a chance to talk to him.
He actually, that guy got us. That guy got us so much ice time back as pee-wees and whatnot. He gave us everything he had, Coach Mueller, back when we were kids. We were just an outdoor league back then, and the league had maybe 10, 15 games scheduled for us, and he'd get us on the ice down at Ferris, and we'd end up getting to play 40, 45 games because of all the work he put in. So he was great to play for as well.
Well, he was really, Ben, when you think about it, he's one of the guys that originally helped form this high school team because of his coaching of all you guys.
Absolutely.
And so he knew everybody, and he's the one that was getting you guys ready for that first game. Yeah,
and he knew us, because Scott came in from North Dakota, and he didn't know us, as people. So it kind of helped make that a lot more of a smooth transition, having Coach Mueller, and he just knew how we played the game too, and our style, and learned a lot from him too.
Now, all the years you played, was Tommy Mueller the goaltender all the years you played?
Luckily, I had it. Okay. We had it made. I never had a lousy goalie. He was amazing. He'd win games for you all on his own.
Yeah.
I can remember some of those Alpena teams we'd play, and they'd put 80 shots on the board, and they'd only beat us like 3-1. You're like, oh, you guys played all right against Alpena. Like, oh, don't look at the shots on goal. He was a heck of a goalie, though. Great to play with. Good guy.
And he's just so humble. You can't even say one thing. He will not accept one bit of compliment.
Yep.
But that's the way he is. Puck is kept in. Now a little turnover here. The Vikings will come back and get it. That's Ian Munch up to center. Taken there by the captain, number 19, as Kurzic. Out to center. Trying to get around his man was Ian Munch, but he was checked by Kolinski. Now the Vikings, Gavin Foster, over to Carpenter. That pass did not connect. Glove comes off the player. He picks it up real quickly.
A lot of gloves falling tonight.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Lilly will put it in behind the net. Stop there by Pellerito. And now taken by the Wildcats. We got 6.5 to go. We have a 1-1 tie here from the Wex. You're watching high school hockey on 26 Sports and CCTV. Bill Dooley along with Ben Balcom right now. Vikings make a move. And there's poke check there. We got a 2-on-1. Vikings come back nice to take that away. Puck is played up the boards to Derek Tonello, number 14. Derek had a hand in that first goal that was scored by Hayden Watkins. Coming back out to Shear now.
Great time for a rush right here.
Shear takes a hit. It was a good check there by Nico Stamas. He tried to return the favor and then hit his old man, Hayden Watkins. There's a shot, and Pellerito will hang around that. Well, Ben, we want to get another player up here. We want to thank you for being in the booth with us, and we will see you at the end of the game for that group shot, okay?
Sounds good. Thanks for having me, Bill.
Thank you very much, Ben. All right, face-off deep in the Wildcat zone. Hayden Watkins will take the draw for Cadillac. Puck is played there by Nico Stamas, number 9. Watkins, nice pass to Shear, gets around his man, and he's poke checked last second. Another swat at it, and a good save there by Pellerito. That was a close call, Eric.
That was another close call here. You got to play the glass, especially in your home building. These partitions are horrible.
Now a 2-on-1 over to Shear, and it was deflected by Stamos. Beautiful defensive play. Jack Schmidtdale, number 11 for the Vikings, will turn him behind his own net. He's being pestered right there. Good checking. Almost to too many men. Come back into their own zone. Number 15, Brody Blaylock. Up the ice to Wiggins, just off his stick. Chasing after it is Schmidtdale. And Austin Pendrick plays up the board to Zach Izzard. That play did not get out of the zone. Vikings turn it over in the slot. Puzevic, there's a shot. He knocks his man over. Vikings are on their heels a little bit, but good thing for the errant pass, and the Vikings will get to regroup here a little bit.
Yeah, Mattawan's had 2 power plays in the period, but they've really taken it, actually 3 power plays, but they've really taken it to Cadillac. It almost looks like Cadillac's run out of gas.
The Vikings will play it over to Justin Smith, number 7. 1-1 tie here from the Wex. You're watching the 20-year tribute game for the Vikings. We just had Ben Balcom up here. And, boy, that was fun getting his perspective on some of the early year happenings.
Yeah, it's he's got some good stories from his time back then.
Uh-oh. We've got a little glass pane out there. Sharpie?
I didn't even see it down there. Maybe get a zoom in over there on the ref next to the Mattawan bench.
It looks like the panel's intact, so hopefully they can get that fixed here real fast. They did last time. Do you see where the patches on the boards there?
Yeah.
That was actually a hole blown into the boards.
My dad told me about it. So, yeah, we're going to have a little bit of a break here while they take care of this. But
do you know Travis?
Yeah, from way back in the day.
All right. Do you want to talk to him a little bit?
Yeah, why not?
All right. Okay, we're going to have Travis Vandewater in here. Yep.
Move right over here.
All right, so in here with Travis Vandewater. Travis, how you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Not too bad. So now you played for John Kennard growing up, correct? Your dad and John coached, right?
Yeah, they coached
your midgets.
The other team. Yeah,
Yeah,
two teams.
growing up, but that's when you started. I remember you guys. What years did you play here?
For Vikings?
Yeah, for the high school
Just
team.
the first year I was a senior.
That's what I thought. So you were on the very first team, and it was a bit of a kind of a shock, wasn't it? I mean, when you get inside and you start playing all those indoor teams like Travers and teams like that.
Well, actually, I was on.
Move that a little closer to your mouth. There you go. Go ahead.
Actually, we did play a lot of. We played a lot downstate, like Grand Rapids, that area. We were in a league down there.
Okay.
And we were in a league. It was the outdoor league up here too, so we kind of doubled it.
Growing up, I played in the outdoor league, and then we ended up playing in that same JV league you guys did.
Yeah.
And the competition was there was good competition in that league, and I remember you guys ran kind of roughshod through it, the 9 and 10 team back in the day.
Yeah, we we had a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's all that matters. So what? I guess going back to your year on the team, what are some of your favorite memories that you had playing here?
Just playing with a lot of the guys that I grew up playing with. It was a rough year. It was a bit of culture shock when you.
Well, I remember coming to games in like Alpena, and Alpena was I think a state champion that year, and it was like whoa! I thought we were all. I mean, we all thought we were the greatest. I remember you guys were our idols, like when because I was about 6 years behind you.
Gotcha.
6 or 7 years. So I mean, we'd sit there on the glass on the far side. And I remember the first game; it was a packed house, and it was neat that we finally had a high school team, and you guys were fun to watch. What now? I guess do you have a particular favorite memory, like involving you, from when you were playing? I mean, it can even be growing up or when you were playing for the high school team here. What is your favorite memory?
Oh, my favorite memory. I guess it would have to be we did win a league championship when we played for the outdoor league. We got close a couple times in the league that we played in downstate.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was cool. Just all my buddies, and we came close quite a few times, and then we finally got one. It's like sweet.
Now I think you guys won the outdoor championship.
Yes.
What year did you win it?
I want to say, I think 97.
Did you guys win it up in the Sioux?
No, I think we were in. Wow, it's been so long I can't remember. I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it. It's my memories are fading too. I've been out for 13 years, so it seems like yesterday I was playing. But how often are you able to get back to games here?
Not very often. I'm really busy with work.
Where you living or where you work at?
I'm a carpenter, so
okay.
Kind of all over the place.
So are you still local?
Yes.
We should have you come play men's league then.
If I only had the time.
You gotta make the time.
Very true.
You got any kids playing any hockey?
No children.
Okay. And we have a goal right there. Mattawan just sustained pressure down in the Cadillac zone. Fosmore's helmet had come off, but I believe it was after the goal was scored. I'm trying to find out who was our goal scorer there. Looks like 10, Jake Kruzich. And it was just kind of a broken play down in front. I don't know if you saw it, Travis.
No, I didn't.
Okay, yeah, it's kind of turned around there, but Mattawan, a 2-1 lead now with 1:16 left in the second period. Go ahead. So we'll keep you here through the end of the period. Bill is going to step aside and round up some more of the players, but I mean, how much has it changed, I guess, like this team compared to, how much has the game of hockey changed in your opinion from back when you guys were playing? I mean, you guys.
It has changed a ton. I mean, I don't think it's bad, but when we played it was, it was the 90s. I mean, I can remember watching like Scott Stevens and stuff like that. Today we wouldn't have got away with any of that stuff.
No, I seem to remember you guys hitting a lot, and you guys were good at it, but you just hit and hit and hit, and now the game seems to be more predicated on speed.
Yeah, Yeah.
And I mean, you still see some hitting. It's part of the game, but it's not like it was. You talk about Scott Stevens. That guy was terrifying.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, moved out into neutral ice. Moving into the zone is Shearer. Shearer fires a shot. It went just wide. Over there on the far side is Derek Tonello. Tonello chips it back down behind the net, controlled by the Wildcats. Sent all the way down. I guess it had a tip, but didn't look like anybody got one. Now back behind the Cadillac net is Pendrick. Pendrick sends a pass up. It was intercepted. Now it's sent out to neutral ice. Shearer waiting there. 9 seconds left in the period. Sends a pass far side. It'll be dumped in. And that looks like it should do it for the second period. So Mattawan gets a late goal with a minute 16 left, and they will take a 2-1 lead into the third period. So, Travis, any final thoughts? How many games have you been back to, I guess?
Not very many. Not very many. I should, though. I mean, coming in here brings back memories.
It does. I mean, I was away for a while, and when you come back, it feels like you were just here yesterday because the building looks exactly the same.
It does.
And
I love the smell of the ice when you walk through those doors.
I know, and people don't understand that. Only hockey players, I guess figure skaters would too, but the smell of a rink, some people find it putrid. It's calming to me.
Yeah.
So, but Travis, I want to thank you for coming up. I think we're going to do something again later on in November. Try to do this again.
Yeah.
And hopefully get the alumni game going. We need you to come back and play that. And the men's league invitation always stands.
Gotcha. So November, I have time to get in shape.
Exactly. I mean, it's not like it's going to help any of us. These kids are too fast. We played it. We missed it the last year, but man, it's just they stay the same age and they just faster and faster every year. And
bigger.
I'm just, yeah, I know. And I'm getting bigger and bigger and more beer, and it's a great time though. But I want to appreciate you coming up. And,
Yeah, no problem.
We'll be right back with the third period. You're watching Cadillac Viking hockey on My News 26 Sports.